check it out. This is a little different dirt head shed. Heading up to Grind Hard Plumbing Company, and they've got a little rock crawler build started, and I'm gonna go and try and help finish it. I don't know if this is gonna be 1 or 2 days or 10 days or a month, but they asked if I could come help out, and I was like, heck yeah, I'll be up there in a minute. Or maybe an hour, maybe 2 hours. We'll just try and get there. Getting close now. Winter's definitely settled in here a little bit more than at my house. Oh, the puppers. I made it. We are at Grind Hard. There's a key truck on F1 tires. That's pretty wild. I'm not gonna pull your chain. I actually have been here for a while. We had coffee. We hung out. We did a lot of stuff.
No, you just showed up just now. Wow, nice to see you.
Oh, hey. So this is the thing. This is the mini crawler base. Basically, this was a quad a few weeks ago, and then it was a pile of tubing, and it's got some Samurai axles under it, and it's awesome.
It's kind of 3 different things at the moment. It's Amazon mini Jeep. It's Can-Am ATV and a Samurai.
Yeah.
Bits of those 3 things.
This is wild. So these mini Jeeps are kind of blowing up the YouTube and the internet right now, and they had this idea to build the wildest one. So
Yeah.
it's pretty cool. There is a massive amount of tube work going on this. There's a massive amount of engineering already, and it is really cool.
How many inches of travel?
There's going to be a lot.
10, 12, somewhere in there.
But I think this is sort of a scale rig. So if those are 10-inch travel shocks, in mini Jeep world, I think that's actually 16 inches of travel.
Yeah, at least.
It all makes sense.
I mean, this thing's probably like half the size of a regular Jeep, so
Yeah.
we could even double it. We could even say these are 20-inch travel.
So good. So I'm gonna come in and help work with these guys and see if we can knock out a little bit more tube work, fine tune a little bit of suspension, make this thing into a real rig. And if all goes well, they're gonna let me go drive it with them. I haven't talked to them about that at all.
Oh, for sure. No, that's 100% fact there. If we can make it run,
This thing is
you'd be the
nuts.
first one to drive it if you
Oh
really
dang!
want to.
Pinky swear. All right,
Yeah.
we're gonna dig out some tools and flex this thing out and see what we're really working with. It sure is cool. Props to you guys and your buddy for building it and getting it this far. It's really neat.
Thanks. Yeah.
It's getting real quick. They've got a set of these Falcon MTs.
Yeah.
Super rad, super chunky 30-inch MTs on some black Steelies, which we already discussed the color choice on that. It's coming together. I guess this thing is going to end up on some larger side-by-side tires from Mickey Thompson that are coming out. So these are still temporary rollers, but it definitely has the look. We just busted out a little flex test on this thing, and it is bananas. Straight up bananas. That front axle's almost perpendicular to the ground.
Yeah, it's probably about 80 degrees.
And yes, it is just testing things out, but it could get kind of close to this. That's wild.
Yeah. I mean, right now, we're running into this chunk of metal here, so that doesn't have to be there. No,
Yeah.
I mean, that is a limit at the moment, but it's not an inherent limit.
Yeah.
The tires are going to need to stick out a little ways farther.
Yep. Tires are going to have to go out. There's a few little tweaks, but I mean, to get it this far, to have it be that good is pretty cool. And you're what, 2 weeks in on this thing? 3 weeks in?
Something like that. Yeah.
So I'm kind of learning my way around the shop, and it looks like what you do here is you make something look cool, and then you go just totally off the rails, and you go play with something else.
That does happen sometimes, yeah.
So that's now unloaded, and we're gonna go rip the old LS swapped Humvee around. This is gonna be wild style.
It's gonna be fun.
At least we got good weather today.
Yeah, perfect for an open top vehicle.
I like the sticker. That's a good one.
Yeah. Yep.
I've wanted to drive or to LS swap a Humvee since the first time I worked on one. I guess we're gonna go find out if it's worth the hassle.
I don't want to influence your opinion with mine, but it's very much worth it.
Oh geez.
It's also about the easiest thing there is to help.
King shocks off a Tundra, V8, Black Rhino wheels.
Soon to be supercharged.
Soon to be supercharged. We'll find out if it needs it or not.
Not really, no.
This really, like, I don't do a lot with LSs, and I've got the Jeep with the LS swap started, so this is kind of my, like, first time, I don't know, first time really driving much of anything that's, like, LS swapped and done and ready to roll. So let's see how this thing goes. All I'm thinking about is all that horsepower and the fact that this thing still has AMC 20 diffs.
Yeah, but they've got portals, so they don't take as much abuse.
Yeah. In theory.
In theory. Hey, did you see that somebody makes, I think it's, I forget who, somebody makes a Ford 9-inch drop-in kit for these now.
I figured that had to happen eventually.
Yeah, like it's just a custom housing and you can put any Ford 9-inch you want in it.
Gonna have to figure that out.
Yeah, but I figure I'll find the limits of these ones first.
How many people are in your Humvee club? Just one?
Just me.
Huh, I might have to join.
Yeah.
I'd say have fun, but that's the easy part.
Oh my gosh. I've seen you guys ripping this thing around.
Yeah.
So I assume it's great.
It is.
Is it always four-wheel drive? Always?
It's the all-wheel drive thing. I have it in low range right now just because it's better for the gearing and the space we have here. So I just run it around in low range.
Cool.
Oh yeah, I think he's having a lot of fun. I think you'll see a LS on the show in no time. Why do you want to stand in the danger zone? In the danger zone, bud? Why do you want to stand there, huh? Go that way. Anywhere the Humvee isn't.
That thing's wild, dude. It's crazy. It just rips the tires off as soon as you like give it the all wrap.
Yep.
I dig it.
Yeah.
I dig it. Ow!
Yeah, he's a nuisance.
Dog just tried to whip me up.
We drove past the other Humvee and he said, "So that one's mine?"
Yeah.
I said, "Yeah." All right. Well, let's go work on the mini Jeep, and then one of these days I'll come help you get your LS Jeep running.
All right. What are we doing on this thing?
I don't know. I mean, we talked about when you were in here earlier looking at it and stuff. We talked about various different things to do. I kind of agree with you that we should maybe redo the rear links a little bit and bring that axle forward.
I think if we can bring the rear axle under proportion a little bit more and like also give a little bit more room to sit in this, it's just gonna be a blast.
Yeah, and I hadn't really thought about that much because I wasn't designing it in the first place, but like you were saying, we could take this bar out entirely, move these links out here a little bit, and then you could sit all the way down into this back belly area.
Yeah.
I think that's a great idea. Sounds good to me.
Fight with this elevator real quick.
Yeah, well, I mean, down is easy. Aside from needing to pull this tire out a little bit.
Jeep stuck in the elevator. I always get my Jeep stuck in the elevator.
I know, it's a really common problem around here.
Bjorn is into this one for some reason.
And maybe he's just looking for this piece of firewood over here. I don't know. What do you want, buddy? There's nothing over here. This? It's just a piece of. Oh yeah, you want that? Okay. Oh boy. Yoink indeed. A yoink and a yeet.
How's there already so much dirt
Right here,
in there?
there's a little overlap. I got a little overlap here.
Came out of the drawer. I wasn't asking.
Out of there.
Be gone!
So much simple.
It looks better, cleaner.
It's installed more simple.
Much, yeah. What's that saying? It's a
Kiss.
no. Well, yeah, that one. But there's another one that's like for racing and stuff. It's what is it? Simplify and add lightness or something like that.
Oh yeah, it's the engineer of Lotus.
Ah,
Yeah, simplify and add lightness.
exactly.
Makes sense.
I knew somebody knew what I was getting at.
Cool. We're getting it. Oh, you got audio on this thing?
Yeah, I unplugged it so it.
Perfect.
Yeah.
We just chopped this thing all to heck. Somehow it's still holding itself together.
Yeah.
The back's just trying to float in midair. This is gonna be good. We're gonna like make this thing have some correct proportions on it.
Got some scraps for sleeve material.
Yeah.
Bada boom.
All right, we're making moves now. Ethan's over here re-notching a chunk of tube that we took out of the belly pan. Edwin's getting the beauty shots of the dog.
Frederick.
I'm gonna go over here and just kind of take care of some of these nicks that we put in when we were cutting them out with the grinder. I haven't ever used one of these Everlast welders. I hear they're good, and this one's got a thumb throttle, so I'm gonna figure out if that's something I need as well. Let's go ahead and fix these things up. My coffee to food ratio is way off.
Your what?
My coffee to food.
Well, we can go get some more. We can go get some food.
This thing works good.
Yeah. You like it?
Yeah.
Have you used the finger trigger before?
No, this is my first time with the thumb throttle. It's like riding a three-wheeler. It's pretty good.
It's nice though, isn't it? I mean,
Yeah. No,
like,
it's
you don't have that variable temperature, but it's so much easier to
yeah.
get where you need to be.
It does vary though, doesn't it?
Nope.
It's just
an
all
on-off
or
switch.
nothing. Oh,
They
no.
do make variable ones. They're just like
They
5 times the price.
Don't sometimes those have a little
They
knob.
have like a
that-
rolly wheel. Yeah.
That's way
I've never
too much
used one of those, but
dexterity.
I don't know.
Sick. All right. You got that thing made.
Getting closer, yeah.
Look at that. Huh. Instantly less floppy. Hey, puppers. All right, we're back from what would you call that? Late dinner lunch?
Dutch.
Yeah,
Dutch.
we're back.
We're back from Dutch. And we feel way better
Yeah.
than we did an hour ago. We should have gone to lunch 3 hours earlier.
That would have been
We
smart.
were kind of in the middle of things. Well, we just gotten started. Yeah.
So this thing is chopped up. We've actually got things put back together already.
Yeah.
We're about to make some links that hold this thing in place, and then I'm getting out of here. I want to see this rear end cycle in a little bit though. And I gotta get mine working. Look at, I have the capability of doing that at my house, and I'm a loser. So that's our center line. We gotta figure this out, which I guess
Where
we
they're
can,
going.
yeah,
Yeah, I mean,
we can get it
kinda
pretty
have-
close.
Yeah, pretty close.
We need to figure out the axle. I think it's
It needs to be a
back.
little more square, yeah.
It needs to be square and forward more quite a bit, I think. At least we can get the up travel. It's not going to hit the body anymore.
Yeah. Within an inch or so.
Like right now, if we make those lengths 23 and a quarter-ish. Yeah, if you make them right now, do them to 23
Okay.
with a little bit of room to adjust.
Yeah.
Then
Yeah,
think
23 with a little bit of room to make them shorter and then
Yeah.
a bunch of room to make them longer.
yeah,
Yeah.
that works. We're making links. We're just going to chop the other ones down and then re-sleeve them with 1.5 inches over them, which is probably not bad because
Especially for the lowers.
because they're going to
uppers
be
would have been strong enough for
yeah.
just about anything, but
I just went in here and threw down the triangulated tabs for the axle. Those things are in place. We're going to go ahead and reuse the lower tabs where they're at. And now we've got some shorter bars that are actually sleeved over, so these things should be pretty good. These were 1.25 inches 120, and now they've got 1.5 inches 120 sleeved over it, so that thing should be good enough to hit little baby rocks, little small scale rocks.
Rocks to scale. Yeah.
You want to tack those up?
Sure, I can do that.
Ethan's throwing some holes in here for a rosette weld. That'll help keep that joint that's inside the tube there strong. And then we're going to probably do a similar amount to how we did that front one, but not quite as much of a triangulation on the bar. And then we'll get the tabs to kind of hang off of it similar. And they'll end up like right in this zone here. This thing's going to be 4-linked, un-4-linked, and re-4-linked today.
I think so, yeah.
I love it. Quick and down and dirty 4-links are like my specialty.
I mean, that is why I texted you to see if you wanted to help us with this. Well, one of the reasons.
We're getting it. Check this
Hot
out.
off the press. It's looking good, guys.
We are getting it. A little bit more fitting and that one's going to be good.
That looks clean.
We're getting there. We are getting there. I kind of like it like right there.
Yeah.
It gets right to that and it's like right about mid-travel.
Cool.
It seems good.
Well, you want me to tack it while you hold it, or?
Yeah, I want to kind of weld around the backside before we hide it with
we won't be able to once.
Yeah.
For sure.
Let me finish that little guy and then we can tack these puppies in. This is going to be fun. We're going to be 4-linking by 5.
It's already
Don't
after
tell
6.
anybody.
It's 6:05.
In Hawaii, 4-linking before 5.
Ah, there you go.
All right, I just want to get enough of a weld around here to where we don't cover it with that tab.
That's not the easiest spot to get. It's a whole heck of a lot easier right now than it will be after the tab's there, so that's the idea. This is off.
This is making me wonder why all my projects take so long.
Well, when you do this in just a half a day.
Yeah. Right, he's going to throw hardware in that. I'm going to bottom this one out, and then we will run everything back out once it's together and square it all up. We didn't really use a whole lot of tape measures on this.
Not really, no.
I think it's going to be good. They're usually better when you don't overthink them.
That's, yeah. I found that to be true sometimes. I don't know about 4-link specifically, but just in general.
All right, body's back on it, and we're just kind of figuring out if the proportions are right and if it's cycling right and if it's doing its things. It's still a little funky. The suspension, the way it cycles, is a little bit off. I think we have the pivot points a little too pinched at the axle, but I really like how the frame side is working. So it's getting a bunch of pinion roll, and that can be remedied pretty easily. But the wheelbase is kind of in check a little bit better. We shortened the bottom up a bunch. We rolled the axle forward. We changed the spacing here, got rid of a bunch of stuff that was going on that was kind of in the way of the driver. So I think we made some progress. I don't think it's perfect and ready to go yet, but it's getting close.
Yeah.
Getting closer. This was kind of cool. This got shortened. This got cut and shortened and brought forward and cleaned up a bunch of stuff that was kind of hanging back here. So that's neat.
Simplify and add lightness.
Yeah.
That's the quote of the day.
Sick. It's better. It's still kind of hard to picture it as a Jeep, like, until it has a little bit of a cage and a little bit of a windshield. All right, well, I think I'm going to hit the road. I got a 2-hour drive home.
Yeah, for sure.
You're going to be tired.
Yeah.
Thanks for your help. This is awesome.
Heck
I'm
yeah.
excited that you're down to take on this project with us.
Yeah, it should be fun. It should be
Oh,
fun.
yeah.
It's gonna be such a hoot to drive this thing.
Oh, for sure.
Well, I came and I screwed up your program. Now I can go home and sleep comfortably. All right, I'm gonna hit the road. I got 2 hours. It snowed all day, so it's gonna be kind of a mess getting home. And I will see you guys, I don't know, probably in a couple days.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Good. Whenever
Sweet.
you have time.
Sick. All right, it's Thursday. I'm heading back up for more. I worked in my garage yesterday, and I'm heading back up to help Ethan and Edwin today. It looks like Ethan got a bunch of work done. He was sending me pictures of the progress, and it seems like he's worked through the engine going the wrong direction as the axle. So, curious to see what we're going to get into today. It is icy and slick. I tried parking my Suzuki up on the hill and it started sliding back down. Let's go see what Ethan got done. Hi. Look at that.
Progress!
Major progress.
Yeah.
Couple new tabs. Dude, this is wild. The flip diff. You're like a real rock crawler guy now.
Yeah. I'm actually kind of excited about it, you know?
It's awesome.
I've never built anything that's even sort of a real rock crawler.
Yeah.
My style is definitely more like fast stuff with independent suspension.
Yeah.
But I've always liked this stuff. It's just kind of not as exciting. But
Yeah.
when you make it miniature, it's suddenly way more exciting.
It'll be exciting when you're driving over the big rocks and
Oh, absolutely.
and
What I always say is like, what makes it really fun is when you're doing something in a vehicle that has no business being there.
oh yeah.
You know, like if you have a competition rock crawler, obviously it's gonna be fun.
This is
But it makes things too easy, you know?
Oh, I agree. You're building a miniature competition rock crawler though. You just
Exactly. A mini comp buggy.
Yeah, it's rad. All right, I'm gonna put my gear down and we'll start notching some tube and make some tabs. So we're just kind of moving bars around. This was all different shaped the other day and these bars were actually longer. So now this is all symmetrical. It looks better from the side. There's more room for a transfer case. Geometry's getting good. I'm notching this one up to match that one. And then we should have a front four-link that's functional.
Yeah.
Heck yeah. Oh, he also he added 2 inches of up travel by
Spreading the links
spreading
out, yeah.
these out and getting the links out from underneath that motor mount.
And I added a whole bunch of hexagons.
Oh yeah,
I added lightness.
that's one of the main ingredients. We've kind of redefined center line on the front and we got things like where they're supposed to be. This tab is like dialed.
Yeah, this one
And then
just needs a little
this
more
one-
notching.
This one is getting persuaded into position. I'm gonna go ahead and cut the back ends off of this thing and round these corners off so we can make some sort of caps that kind of finish the back off a little bit better. It's becoming a real deal thing.
Oh yeah.
These lower tabs are they're bridging the gap and grabbing onto 2 of those tubes, which is pretty strong, especially for this little guy. And now he's got this upper tab, which is just a single-sided, like R-shaped tab.
It's actually the same file as that. I just cut half of it off, so it's going to
cool.
match exactly on the side that it goes on.
Awesome.
I just deleted half of it in the program.
Secretly, I'm just here to learn how to use my arc droid better. I just got done cutting the ends off of these guys and rounding them out, and Ethan was going to show me how to use the arc droid with the, what do they call this interface?
Simple trace.
Simple trace.
Yeah.
Cut some circles out of some 16 gauge. Oh my gosh, it's heavy.
Oh, that doesn't move. It goes straight up and down.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, as long as we do.
Give it a little side to side. Things stay happy over there.
It's sitting on the diff right now, but that's
Okay.
probably way more than we're actually going to have in terms of
Articulation.
there.
The back seems pretty good.
Yeah.
Guy out. Let's see how this goes. This is like the first cycle with a whole bunch of geometry changes.
Mm-hmm.
That stays really good.
Yeah.
What's it hitting up there? What are you making?
It's a fancy bracket.
Transfer case mount?
Yep.
Super cool. Ethan's over there putting hexagons and everything. I just got done booger welding these end caps on and getting this thing together. The back portion of this thing's all welded up and capped and all that. He's over here making these super rad things. The transfer case was a little more vertical and a little more centered, and we kind of scooted it over, got it in line with the drive shafts.
It's not sitting exactly where it'll sit more like that. It was just kind of flopped over.
Yeah.
There we go.
So
One
it's
of my favorite things.
Yeah.
Making incredibly overkill, elaborate brackets that nobody will ever see.
That's fine.
When you're here.
That's gonna look good. Samurai case. If you find them, buy them. You need a stockpile of these things. All right, I got that one welded.
Cool.
It's kind of hot and grody, but it's together. Might have to jack it apart a little bit.
That's fine.
There we go.
Crying out loud. It's slippery too.
Yeah, that means it's hot. What you got? Steering ram with brackets?
the whole kit with the brackets and the tie rod ends and everything.
Heck yeah.
$650.
Do it.
Not bad.
Order that up. I bet you they have an orbital valve too that we could use.
Yeah, I was gonna look for that next.
I just got this tube thrown in here and notched up, so that's a good starting point for a transfer case mount.
Nice.
And then I'll get this one thrown in there. The transfer case is actually going to be kind of cool. These things, they're divorce mounted in a Samurai, and they use just these little wimpy rubber mounts, but we were able to like duplicate the bolt pattern, and he whipped up all these trick little tabs. These are actually pivot bushing from a what?
Polaris Ranger.
Nice.
Well, pretty much every Polaris ever. They use the same bushings.
Yeah.
Every ATV they've ever made pretty much has the same
Okay.
thing.
So these are pretty rigid. They should be able to hold this thing side to side and like any rocking front and back.
Yeah.
And hopefully not be so rigid that it tries to like rip the mounts out of the case or break the case. I think it's going to be fine.
I think it'll be solid.
I think the key is to keep the bushings close in and good enough quality to where it doesn't try and rip out. I think we're pretty close.
Yeah.
If anything, yeah, you would go and grab like a hole or two holes off of this, and
Right.
that helps a lot.
Order up
Yeah.
some
That looks so
hydraulic
much
steering.
better. And it's safer to walk next to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't get stabbed now.
Yeah.
It's coming together. I think before you guys head out to dinner, we should have transfer case mount done.
Yep. Cool.
And
And some hydraulic steering components ordered.
yeah.
Nice.
All right, those tubes are in place. Ethan's over there valving shocks. We got to make some tabs. I'm not the expert on the computer yet, so we will mess with that.
You want a quick tab lesson?
No.
You sure?
Yeah, I'll take one. I would go 1 3/4 on this one,
Okay.
and it'll pump this side up just a tiny bit.
Yeah. Easy.
And double check this. 1 1/2. Maybe go 1 5/8 on this outside.
So good.
These guys are doing a giveaway on a Toyota.
Yeah.
It's just coming back from the wrap shop.
Good job, Sam. It looks awesome. Good.
Turned out nice, yeah?
Yeah.
Holy smokes.
So this is a new 24 Tacoma that they're giving away on the channel. Sammy has CW wraps, and they just got done doing the wrap on it. That's these guys here. Go Fast Camper on here. All right, we got a little bit of snow on the road still, but it's not bad. I'm heading up to Grindhard. It is Christmas Eve. It's Monday, and we're gonna go and probably knock out the air shock mounts and all that stuff on this thing today. Should be pretty cool. I think Ethan actually got the fronts done last Friday when I wasn't up there. So, kind of cool. The thing's coming together. It looks like it flexes really good. We'll go check it out. Big news though, at the Dirthead shed, I did get my sweatshirts printed and on the website finally. So if you guys are interested in a blue zip-up hoodie with a gold or a yellow Dirthead Shed logo, I got them in stock. They're over at thedirtheadshed.com. That should take you to my Shopify page, and my buddies down in San Diego print and ship them. So I never actually get it. I don't even have one yet, but they're there and they're ready to go, so you guys can get one. It's still winter here. It's a little slushy and rainy, but at least the snow's sticking around. Here comes the welcoming committee. Oh, who's calling? Oh man, that was my insurance guy. It's getting expensive. I just had like a rate increase, and then I also have too many vehicles, and I got that ticket driving Mom Spaghetti like a year ago, and then I got a ticket driving this thing down to the Onyx Build Challenge like 2 years ago, and my daughter's about to turn 16. So I'm gonna have to make more videos or sell more cars or sell more sweatshirts or something. All right, I'm gonna go get to work on a little mini crawler for now. Hi. What's,
Welcome party.
I know.
Hardcore.
They were going for it today.
Yeah, they were.
Oh my gosh, look at this thing.
Yeah. We made a little bit of progress.
Heck yeah, you did.
This
Holy
time we were
cow.
only gone for one day, but
I know.
I got the front shocks mounted and the diff mounted, and yeah, it's got the extreme Carolina squat now.
That's so good. It looks great.
Deep dish chrome wheels on there, and it's done.
It's some 20, what are they, 22 by 14s or something? It would look sick.
Yeah.
Oh man, that looks great. All right, the body's back off. You can kind of see the shock tower tabs that Ethan came up with, and then the bottom is it's a threaded bung that he machined out. We'll end up double shearing that, but dang, look at this thing go.
Look at that flex.
It's kind of hard to tell what it's got going on with it just being all tube, but man, it's pretty crazy. The shocks, like, they need a little bit more weight on them, I think.
Yeah, there's not much weight on them right now.
That should be good though.
I kind of thought they'd be super stiff valving wise.
I thought they would be.
Really?
They seem good.
They're not stiff at all.
I thought they were going to be stiff and slow, but it's got good action.
Yeah, like you can feel the damping happening, but it's
Yeah.
not like.
So Ethan just got this tube that's like a CNC bent, like send, cut, send kind of thing. That's going to be a new motor mount for here so that we can create a little bit more room for your feet. And I'm going to go ahead and try and get that thing knocked in there real quick, and then we'll move on to rear shocks today.
Yep.
And just kind of buttoning some things up.
Yeah, whatever else we have time for.
He's working on the giveaway truck. I don't know if this was the one that was getting dropped off the other night when I was leaving.
Yeah, we got fancy
Dang.
electronically controlled
Oh, really?
shocks. Yeah, they've got
I
compression damping control through an app. So
Yeah.
they've got a controller that you can.
Does this
hook your
have,
phone up to.
do you have to have like a yaw sensor on this
No,
or
it's
anything?
all just like integrated into the shock system. All it needs from the truck is power, as far as I know.
Oh, wow.
I haven't hooked it up yet, so we'll see. But yeah, we got that. We got wheels and tires. So
All kinds of stuff going on.
be busy with that.
Edwin's over there mini choppering it up.
Just missing sockets.
It's a busy day in here. This is good.
Stripping it down for paint. Don't worry, I'm gonna paint last thing of the day so I don't gas us all out.
Nice. Oh, believe me, it seems like all I've been doing is painting lately. I'm all about it.
What are you painting right now?
I've been doing a bunch of work on my Nissan hardbody, so I was like, undercoated the bottom side of the bed the other day and painted a roll pan and all kinds of stuff. So
Do you work all weekends normally?
I do, man. I'm like currently stressing out like crazy because I'm already like, dude, January is already wasted and we're not even there yet. It's crazy. All right, we've got this pre-bent, pre-notched tube from Xometry. I'm gonna go ahead and pull this tube out that was in there and we'll swap that one in and that'll become the new motor mount for the back of this. It should just tuck up in there a little bit higher, gain you a little bit of room for your feet if you need them so that you don't have your foot crammed right up against this one. They can actually rest up here. Come on out of there, Bolt. All right. There we go. All right. Motor mount. Motor's loose. I've got this little block. That was over on the table that I can prop under this output shaft. Prop that under there. Now the engine's supported off of that rather than up here, so I can knock this bar out. I got this new motor mount bar fitted up. I'm gonna go ahead and Scotch-Brite this thing all down and make it match the rest of the chassis. This is like the first time I've really prepped stuff for TIG welding, and it definitely seems to be worth doing. Clean the tubing, get the mill scale off.
That's a lesson I learned the hard way too.
What's that?
I said it's a lesson I learned the hard way too. I tried for years of welding it without properly cleaning it.
Yeah.
And it makes a huge difference.
Like all that stuff, even though it's just cheap hot rolled electric welded, it welds great.
Yeah, exactly. That's how I remember. I pretty much never used DOM.
Really?
Yeah. I'm always building weird stuff.
Yeah.
It's just not worth it.
I agree. My rule of thumb is if it's a cage that's in a vehicle, mild steel's fine. If it's a cage that's going to rub against rocks, DOM.
DOM. Makes
Just
sense.
slightly denser, you know?
Right.
Hey, Edwin, do you mind holding this guy while I tack her? Think we're looking good. Ah, my glasses are all fogged up.
Oh no.
Bridge the gap. There it is. Woohoo!
We could design this whole thing, and
Yeah,
then we could sell kits.
they're gonna go like hotcakes.
Oh yeah.
Have you ever actually tried to give away hotcakes? Like, it's kind of hard to give away. People don't really want them that bad.
Yeah.
Edwin's over here painting his chopper.
Oh yeah.
Looking good. It's gonna be sweet. I might have to rip that one around the block.
It's gonna be really manly.
Yeah, that's fine.
Like everything else we have.
All right, I got this thing welded in place. We're gonna make a little taller tab for the motor mount there. It's like 1.5 inch difference. Here's that tab all finished up, coming right out of the arc droid. It's got some slag on it. I'm gonna clean this thing up and get it ready to weld. I'm sure if I wasn't hovering, Ethan probably could have made this thing in about 45 seconds. I'll get these snugged up and then I'll just go side to side a little bit and make sure I've got the motor centered exactly where I want it. It's been moving around quite a bit. Those look nice in there. Nice and strong and lightweight. Enough room for your feet now, and then I assume at some point this will probably turn sort of into a little bit of a center console. I'm throwing in a tube from motor mount bar down to the chassis bar. So got the hole saw notcher over here again. I was overusing the belt sander and it was like I was just chewing through belts, so I figured I should use this guy and get used to hole saw notching. I'm plugging away on some of the welds. Just practicing my TIG welding skills. Getting better. Still a little hot, still a little slow and weird. I'm really enjoying like honing these skills, or at least trying to. It's so easy to get wrapped up in the norm, you know? All right, I'm gonna go ahead and probably cap and weld these guys up real quick, and then I'll probably end up having to call it for the day. It's dark outside, and I got 2 hours of driving to get home. All right, I got those end caps roughed in. This one's pretty good to go. I gotta sand this one up, and then we'll weld these things on here. Just gonna kind of hold these together and grind them. Trying to weld 16 gauge to 120 wall tubing, and it's a little challenging to get the heat right. What's that?
Did you say something?
No, I'm talking to this guy over here.
Camera?
Yeah, my little buddy. Talking to my little buddies over there in the little square box.
No, you're not talking to that. You're talking to like 50,000 people on the internet.
I know, it's weird.
But it's easier if you pretend you're just talking to the camera.
There we go. All right, the cap is good. All right, I think I'm done with this thing for the day. Where's he going? Sick. I think that turned out pretty good. Little sheet metal cap. Nice and finished off. It looks rad. All right, Ethan, I think I'm gonna peel out.
All right. Well, thanks for all your help, and have a good Christmas.
Heck yeah, you too. Yeah. I'll be back up right after Christmas. I gotta work the day job the first part of the January, so we're gonna have to like really crank on this thing second half if we're going to Johnson Valley with it.
Yeah, see how it goes.
Yeah.
It'll be fun to go if we get it done. If not,
Heck
well,
yeah.
we can always take the Humvee.
We'll see you guys next week. Thanks for watching the Dirthead Shed. Go watch these guys too.
Yeah, but watch him too.
Ew.
Oh wait, you already did.